Yo, this world is so backwards, man. So backwards. They hate black people. I'll go 12 rounds with a fighter. Oh, he's so boring. Lemachenko go 12 rounds with somebody. Oh, he's the Matrix. The Matrix. I never seen nothing like him.
He is the Matrix with his angles.
Crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Akira.
And you're watching
Dante's Boxing Nation.
That was good.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So there's a new Matrix in the sport of boxing, and he's just been picked by ESPN as the 2022 Men's Fighter Midyear Award. And his name is Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez. Coincidentally, the same fighter that Shakur Stevenson pretty much introduced to the majority of boxing fans, because not too many people knew who Jessie Rodriguez was until Shakur Stevenson started to talk about how this guy is so special. He's so special. Shakur, he put up maybe about 2 or 3 different tweets where he was talking about how special he was after his last win. He put out another tweet saying that Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez is one of his favorite fighters. And then he put out a video where he recorded himself watching the Bam Bam Rodriguez fight and continued to praise him. Well, you guys all know, because I told Shakur Stevenson, you got to be careful praising this guy when we really don't know how good he is right now, because old media will try to put this man above you. And Shakur Stevenson, he interpreted everything I said as throwing him under the bus, his words. But going back to Shakur Stevenson saying that I was throwing him under the bus, because he dedicated an entire live video to me, and that was one of the things that he said. Trying to imply that I was telling him that he shouldn't be saying anything positive about Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez. Only thing I was telling Shakur Stevenson is it should be the other way around. The things that you're saying about Jessie Rodriguez in particular, Jessie should be saying about you. Because Jessie, he's a good fighter, but the truth is he's nowhere near on the level of a Shakur Stevenson or even a Devin Haney. He's not a special effects type of fighter, but he is a good fighter. He's a good champion. But when you look at everything that Shakur Stevenson has accomplished and you look at his skill set compared to Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez, it should have been Jessie sitting on his sofa recording himself watching Shakur Stevenson's video saying, man, this guy is too sharp. This Shakur, he's too sharp, etc., etc. Man, he's so special. I see him as being pound for pound #1, the best fighter in the world real soon. It would have made more sense to hear that kind of praise the other way around, was my only point. All of the praise that Shakur Stevenson did when it came to Jessie Rodriguez's last performance, in return, Jessie Rodriguez, he didn't even congratulate Shakur Stevenson after his win over Oscar Valdez. And by the way, I'm not saying that Rodriguez was obligated to do so. I'm just giving you guys the side-by-side comparison. So around the time that Shakur Stevenson said these things about Rodriguez, Shakur also came out and he announced on his Instagram that he was a nominee for Fighter of the Year when it comes to the Espn Awards. As you guys can see on the screen right here, Shakur Stevenson, he said, link below, go vote. Y'all know I deserve it. Fast forward to present day, and ESPN, they picked Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez as the mid-year Fighter of the Year, at least in the men's category. Now, by the way, this is really confusing, because the graphic that Shakur Stevenson put up when he told people to go vote, it showed him as one of the nominees, and Bam Bam Rodriguez, he wasn't even one of the nominees, at least when it comes to best boxer. But the thing is, if ESPN, if they're picking Bam Bam Rodriguez as men's best fighter of the year, at least when it comes to mid-year, then wouldn't you think that Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez would have been a nominee for Best Boxer as well. It may be two different categories, but as you guys can see on the screen right now, Jessie Bam Bam Rodriguez, he's not one of the nominees for Best Boxer. But it makes absolutely no sense that fighters like Devin Haney, who's undisputed, and Jermell Charlo, who just became undisputed this year, they're not even on the list when it comes to Best Boxer or Men's Best Fighter of the Year. So even though this whole situation doesn't really add up when it comes to Best Boxer versus Best Men's Fighter of the Year, it's clear that even if there are two different categories, Shakur Stevenson, he should have been nominated for both. In fact, ESPN, if you go to their website, they didn't even have Shakur Stevenson as a runner-up. They actually had Bivol as the runner-up for Men's Fighter of the Year, Midyear. I mean, the disrespect is just on a whole nother level, especially when you consider the fact that when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, Jermell Charlo, and Devin Haney, because all three of them not only won titles, but they were fighting against an undefeated fighter. And two out of the three fought for undisputed. By way of contrast, Bam Bam Rodriguez opponents were not undefeated. So we know what time it is. I wanted to talk a little bit longer about this, but I'm falling asleep now, guys. It's about, 4 in the morning out here in Thailand. You can already hear the roosters in the background, which tells you it's way too damn late, or too early, if you will, for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, probably do a part 2 on this when I wake up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Fellas, I've got some great news for you. If you've lost your hair or have a receding hairline, the time has come when you can finally get your hairline back through a process called scalp micropigmentation. So here's how it works. It's a hair tattoo that replicates the look of your hair follicles when you have fully shaved it down. So to get this hookup, make sure you follow and contact my man Scalp Carolinas on Instagram.
How has this changed your life, man?
It's been good. It's been good. I feel younger, I look younger. Picking up the younger girls. I just can't scratch that, but it's been good. It's been good. I like the look. I like the feel. I feel more confident now, you know, and it was money well spent, should I say.
Cool. Now, in terms of the response, what has been people said, like, as people being like, hey, you know, what do you have on your head, or things of that sort?
The most response I get is like, yo, what barber you go to? How they get, you know, such a close shave with, you know, everything lined up so sharp and everything, and you know, then I go into explaining to them the procedure of what I had done and everything, and they all was like, I would never known if you didn't point.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.